Hello everyone! In this demonstration, we will look at the deployment of Cisco SD-Access LAN and its integration with Data Center Fabric using Anuta Atom. Anuta delivers cross-domain automation for multi-vendor, multi-domain networks. It integrates with OSS BSS via TMF and REST API and delivers a unified experience, consistent policy, and security. Atom has an advanced low-code workflow platform with hundreds of out-of-box workflows and integrations. For devices that are not managed by any controllers, Atom provides complete lifecycle automation from day zero provisioning, config management, service orchestration, active assurance, and closed-loop automation. Atom is based on a microservices architecture with the flexibility to deploy on-prem or on-cloud. Atom supports 250 plus platforms with 60 plus vendors. The Workflow Builder has 350 plus out-of-box libraries that simplify workflow creation. Atom is a multi-tenant software based on K8 with the observability stack. Atom supports SASE automation to ensure unified network and security policies. It has integrations with CI/CD systems such as Git. For a Cisco SD-Access LAN to communicate with the applications in a data center, the virtual networks on the SD-Access LAN must be mapped to the appropriate VRFs on the data center fabric. The IP network connecting the SD-Access LAN and data center fabric must be configured as well. A typical manual process involves the network teams to open a change request in a ITSM system such as ServiceNow, deploy the new SD-Access LAN through Cisco DNA Center, deploy configurations like bridge domains, L3 out, etc. on the data center fabric through Cisco APIC Controller. Through Cisco Nexus Dashboard, deploy VRF on the data center fabric. Extend the SD-Access LAN virtual networks and map them to the data center VRFs. Deploy BGP and VRF Lite configurations on the Fusion router connecting the SD-Access LAN and the data center fabric. Additionally, Thousand Eyes can be deployed to monitor the connectivity between SD-Access LAN and data center fabric. Update and close the change request in ServiceNow. Finally, notify the various teams via WebEx and email. The entire process involves multiple teams interacting with multiple domain controllers and systems, making it slow, inconsistent, and error-prone. Atom can help resolve these challenges by automating the entire process using a single workflow, providing a single pane of glass experience to the network operators. Atom also supports automation of day zero to day end use cases such as new branch onboarding, multi-cloud on-ramp deployments, policy updates on SD-WAN fabric, deploy new or update existing access policies, enable end-to-end segmentation across SD-Access sites and SD-WAN fabric to ensure consistent policies across the sites, closed-loop automation, software upgrades, compliance, etc. Now, let us see the integration of SD-Access LAN with the data center fabric from Atom UI. Here is the Atom workflow catalog. Anuta provides a lot of out-of-box workflows that can be used to automate day zero to day end use cases. Let us navigate to the workflow for this use case. The workflow has several blocks that cover integrations with Cisco DNA Center, Cisco APIC Controller, and Cisco Nexus Dashboard, integrations with ServiceNow, email, and Cisco WebEx Spaces, error handling, retries, and rollbacks. Let us start a workflow instance. The workflow can be triggered from Atom UI or from a northbound OSS BSS portal using Atom's REST APIs. Here is our workflow instance, and it is waiting for user inputs. Before we proceed further, let us have a quick look at the systems that Atom interacts with. A change request will be created in ServiceNow. A SD-Access site will be deployed in Cisco DNA Center. In Nexus Dashboard, the data center site will be onboarded and a VRF will be deployed. SD-Access LAN virtual networks will be extended and mapped to the data center VRF. On the data center fabric, configurations like VLAN pools, L3 domains, bridge domains, L3 out, etc. will be deployed through Cisco APIC Controller. Notifications will be posted on WebEx and email. Let us fill the input form and submit it. Details of Cisco's APIC Controller, DNA Center, Nexus Dashboard, Fusion Router, ServiceNow, WebEx, and email are provided as inputs. Workflow has created a change request in ServiceNow. Let us search for the ServiceNow ticket using the Workflow Instance ID. The change request is created with all the required details. Let us assume the use of a change manager and approve the change request. The workflow moves to the next stages of provisioning. SD Access Site is getting deployed. The workflow has moved to the next stage. Here are a few requests to Cisco DNA Center to onboard the site, reserve IP addresses, onboard and provision the site routers, configure virtual network and L3 handoff, configuration of VRF on data center fabric through Nexus Dashboard is complete. Here are a few requests to Nexus Dashboard. Onboard the data center. Push VRF configs. Provisioning on ACI fabric is complete. Here are a few requests to the APIC controller to configure VLAN pool, L3 domain, bridge domain, L3 out, etc. Additional configurations are getting deployed on Nexus Dashboard. Here are a few requests to Nexus Dashboard to integrate with Cisco DNA Center, provision fabric connectivity, extend virtual networks, enable transit route, map SDX as virtual networks to the data center VRF. Atom deploys BGP and VRF Lite configurations directly on the Fusion router connecting the SD Access LAN and the data center fabric. Finally, the workflow is executed successfully, completing all the steps in provisioning. Let us visually verify this on the different systems. On Cisco DNA Center, SD Access Site is onboarded. Border and transit routers are deployed. Virtual network is deployed. L3 handoff on border router is deployed. On Cisco Nexus dashboard, data center is onboarded. Fabric connectivity from data center to SD access is enabled. Virtual network is extended and mapped to the data center VRF. On Cisco APIC controller, L3 domain, VLAN pool, bridge domain, VRF, L3 out are configured. The change request in ServiceNow is closed. The notes section is updated at every stage of provisioning. Notifications are posted on WebEx Room at every stage of provisioning. An email notification is also sent. In this demo, we have seen how Atom simplified the complex integration of SD Access LAN with Data Center Fabric by seamlessly integrating with ServiceNow, Cisco DNA Center, Cisco APIC Controller, and Cisco Nexus Dashboard, thus ensuring reliability, consistency, reduced time to delivery, and improving customer satisfaction. In summary, Atom is a powerful cross-domain automation platform that delivers end-to-end automation for multi-vendor, multi-domain networks. It has significant out-of-box support and the flexibility to deploy on-prem or on cloud.